Hi everyone. We are going to do the start of year review section 4, simplifying fractions. And from the table of contents page, I can see that there's a T here, which means we have a toolkit page to do. So I'll pop over to the toolkit page, and we have one called Fraction Basics. So it's number 8, should be 8 pages down. And let's go. So fraction has a numerator and denominator. The numerator is the top number. The denominator is the bottom number. And the denominator tells you how many equal pieces the whole has been divided into. The whole circle, the whole square, the whole box, the whole chocolate bar, whatever it is, the whole pizza. The denominator is how many pieces it's cut into. And the numerator is how many pieces you have, okay? And so for example, we could have a fraction that looks like 3 over 4, okay? Now this line in the middle, the fraction line, is really important. It actually means divide, okay? So 3 over 4 means 3 divided by 4, which is 0.75, okay? And it's really important that you remember that. Whether we write it as a fraction or we write something as a division question, really doesn't matter because they mean the same thing, okay? All right, one of the first things that we learn to do with fractions is reduce them. And the rule with fractions, if you're dealing with a single fraction, what you do to the top, you always do to the bottom. You have to do to the bottom. And we always reduce fractions to the lowest term. I don't ever want you to ask me, do I need to reduce this fraction? Yes, you need to reduce the fraction, okay? Always, 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 okay? Okay. When we're dividing fractions or reducing fractions, you're going to do the same thing to the top and the bottom. So if I look at these two numbers, I see that 75 and 100 can both be divided by 5. So if I divide the top by 5 and I divide the bottom by 5, I get 75 divided by 5 is 15, and 100 divided by 5 is 20. Okay? What I don't want to see you do, and I'm going to write this and then I'm going to erase it. I don't want to see 75 over 100 divided by 5, because 75 divided by 100 is a thing, and it's 15 hundredths or something like that. Yeah, I mean, I should know what it is, 15 100ths. But it's not what we're doing, because what we're doing is we're reducing the fraction, so we have to do the same thing to the top and the bottom. So one of those habits that I'm going to nag you about is that you don't write it like this, okay? You've got to write it the way I've got it up here, where you're showing that you're doing the same thing to the top and the bottom, okay? All right, 15 over 20, I can reduce that further. Oops. I can divide the top and the bottom by 5 again. So I can go divide by 5, divide by 5, 15 divided by 3, or by 5 is 3, 20 divided by 5 is 4, so I get 3 over 4. So what I know is that 75 over 100 equals 3 over 4. And that makes sense because 75 over 100 is 0.75, right? Okay, there's another way, it's not really another way, kind of another way to do this, and that is I could just look at this and go, oh, I can divide them both by 25. So I can divide the top by 25 and I can divide the bottom by 25, and I get 3 over 4. Okay, it does not matter at all which route you take. Okay, it's whatever you see, and it's fine as long as you keep going. As long as you look at your result and you go, can I reduce that further? So this one, 3 over 4, no. 15 over 20, can I reduce that further? Yeah, I can. So I'm going to divide them both by 5, and I'm going to get 3 over 4. So you're finished when you've done as far as you can go. Okay? All right, next thing, changing from mixed numbers to improper fractions. So I have this mixed number, which is 2 3/4. Okay, I'm going to show you what you do, and then I'm going to show you why you do it. You've probably seen this before, where you've got 2 3/4, and I'm going to put a multiplication sign here and an addition here, and I go in this direction. So this becomes 4 times 2 plus 3. Okay, and that is 4 times 2 is 8 plus 3 equals 11. So this becomes 11/4. The denominator doesn't change. Notice that it's a 4 here and it stays as a 4. It doesn't change. The reason we do this multiplication and then the addition is the 4 times 2. What that really is I have 2 whole circles. I like to use circles because it's easy to see that it's half a circle and not a rectangle. So this 2 here, that's a whole 2. I have 2 whole circles, but they're each cut into 4 pieces. So I'm going to cut this one into 4 pieces, and I'm going to cut this one into 4 pieces. And so that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pieces. So my 2 is 2 times 4, which is 8. My 2 whole numbers has 8 pieces in it, okay? And then we are using 3 more quarters. So this is cut into 4, and I'm going to use 3 of them, and I'm going to number them 9, 10, and 11. So that's the 3 more, okay? So I have a total of 11 quarters, okay? That's how that works. Now going the other way is a little bit more complicated. And I don't know how they teach it in elementary school, but I'll show you the way I do it, okay? So I'm starting with 11/4, okay? And so what I do is, this is 11 divided by 4, right? Because this fraction line means divide. So I do 11 divided by 4 equals 2.75. Now the 0.75 doesn't really matter. It's just the 2. There's 2 and something, okay? I'm not going to round it. I'm just going to take the decimal that's there. I've got 2 whole something. So this tells me that I have 2 and some number of quarters, okay? Because the denominator is always going to stay as a 4, and I know I've got 2 whole something or other. Okay, and then there's other ways you can do this, but what I do is I'll go, well, 4 times 2 plus something equals 11. Or I might go 11, and I'm going to take away 4 times 2 equals my something. Okay, so I'm kind of using the way I do this up at the top here, where I've got 4 times 2 plus 3. And so here I've got 4 times 2 is 8. And how much more do I need to get to 11? Okay, so if I've got 4 times 2 is 8, I need 9, 10, 11, I need 3 more. So my answer is going to be 3/4. Okay, either way, my question mark is 3. Okay, and this 3 goes here. Okay, oh, and I lost the 2. Oops, the 2 goes here. So I need an arrow. So this 2 also comes over here, okay? Because I have 2 3/4. And then it's worth taking a second to convert it the other way, okay? Just to make sure. 4 times 2 is 8, plus 3 is 11, 11/4. Yep, okay? Because we're better at doing this upper conversion than we are the bottom one. We're always better at multiplying than we are dividing. So anytime you do something that involves dividing, if you can check it by multiplying, you should just take the second to do that. Okay? All right, that's it for the fraction basics page. Let's pop over to the review assignment. And, whoops. Okay, so you're just going to, on this page, you're just reducing fractions. and it says to leave it as a mixed number if that's appropriate, rather than simplifying it to an improper fraction, okay? And on the next page, this one asks you to leave it as an improper fraction, okay? And this one, you're converting from mixed to improper and improper to mixed, okay? Okay. There you go. Go do that homework, and I'll see you next time. Bye.